Okay guys, so basically I'm showing you a way that I've developed of removing the iPad glass. All the videos I've seen on YouTube use a similar method, but what I've found is that the glass doesn't actually carry the heat. It transfers it better straight onto the glue, which melts the glue. I apologise for the bad tripod and camera angle, but I'm in a bit of a hurry and this is the best that I can come up with. So what I've got here is just your standard soldering rework station. I've got the temp set on about 300 degrees with minimum fan. So basically what you do is get your heat gun heated up, get your opening tool. These are the ones that I use. I find them to be quite strong. They don't bend or break, and they give you a lot of control over what you're doing. So let's get started. So what you do is you just find a point where you can lift the glass up. So I usually start down here because there's a minimal amount of glue under the home button. So you just get your tool wedged in the bottom there, just like that, and apply the heat and just gently lever it open as you apply the heat. Just be careful when you do this bottom area here where the heat gun is. There's the Wi-Fi antenna there, and you don't really want to break that. It's just more work replacing it. So just go along, slide the thing forward, wedge it up a bit, put the heat on there. What I usually like to do is use double-sided tape and stick the iPad down, but I'm in a bit of a hurry so I don't have time to do that. So I'll just do the and you see as I run the heat gun across the seam, it instantly just melts the glue. And when you get to this corner, be very careful because there's the on-off button cable there, so don't stick your tool all the way in. Got to be careful if it's a 3G iPad as well, because the antennas are up the top here. This is my first YouTube video, and I want to get some better equipment so I can do some good tutorials for you guys on all the Apple repairs, and in a lot of the Samsung Galaxies and all that. I'll fix all them. So when you've got it mostly open, you can just lift it up a little bit, and you see the Wi-Fi antenna is still stuck there. Just get your tool and just gently pry it away from the screen so that you don't have to replace that as well. And just check this second one here. So we'll just go around, we'll check the Wi-Fi antenna. That looks to be good, it's not stuck to the screen still. And now we'll just hold it open a little bit and just apply the heat. And you see as I move the heat gun along, lifting the screen up, So that's that. We've got the digitizer off. So you just get your standard screwdriver, undo the 4 screws for the LCD. There's 1 in each corner. And when you're doing this, it's good not to touch the LCD screen at all. Try not to touch it if you can, because what that's going to do is going to put fingerprints on the screen, and then you're going to have to clean it, and it makes it very hard to get absolutely perfect again. And just gently put your screwdriver down here and lever the screen up, and basically there's a little clip there, and it looks like Apple haven't put this one together properly, and or somebody's had a go at fixing it before and they haven't clipped the screen down. So that's the screen there, no fingerprints, so it's going to look really good once we're done. And then another step that we take, just as a precaution, I've seen people do this before, is when they've lifted up these corners, the little clips for the digitizer cable, they've actually broken the connector off, and it's very hard to put back on. Not your average person can solder it, quite time consuming. So you put your finger and put pressure over the clip here while you pry it up, just to ensure that you don't break it. And do the same for the other side, and then you gently pull that out. If your screen's really smashed, you're going to want to pick all the glass off, obviously, because if you don't get all the glass off, all the chips, when you put your new screen on, it's just going to crack it straight away. So go around, peel all the glue off, all the old stickers, and then get your new screen out. Sometimes the screens that you buy come with the home button already stuck on them, and the stickers, which is good because the 3M stickers aren't very good and they don't seem to stick very well. You just want to make sure that with your home button that there's about a 3mm gap there. Sometimes they're already put on, but they're too low, so that when you stick the digitizer on, these contacts aren't going to sit right, and then your home button's not going to work. So get your iPad into position. And what I like to do, just so that you don't scratch it, and if there's any glass on the table, just jack it up with a bit of bubble wrap, just like so. And this helps get the cable routed properly. So get your connector. Sorry, my tripod's playing up here. Yeah, that's better. First YouTube video, guys, so just experimenting with the tripod a little bit. and customer's actually waiting for this, so I have to do it quick. But I'm going to start doing some nice video for you guys, so you can save money and do your repairs yourself, because with patience, it's quite easy to do. The trick is just don't force anything, and if you're not sure, do some research. Okay, so that cable's in. Just gently push those down and be careful that you don't break any of the contacts or rip the connector off. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to want to do is get your tool, and be careful here because you can cut the cable if you're not gentle, and just gently push the cable under the frame of the digitizer, because the LCD sits just here, and when you put the LCD in, it'll push that and it'll route the cable correctly. So get your nice clean LCD that's got no fingerprints on it, and just sit it there on the side, upright, and plug the cable in. Another thing that you're going to want to check is the corners. If they're dented, obviously the screen's not going to sit in there properly. The next video I'll do in more detail, give it a bit more depth on how to straighten out the corners nicely. Okay, so screw the LCD back in. Don't have to do them up super tight, just nice and firm. Very easy. If you've got bits of broken glass and shards on your screen, good thing to use is a paintbrush to get the dust off, because it won't scratch it and it won't leave any marks. Usually I use a bigger paintbrush, but I can't find it. So it's nice and clean, no fingerprints. Next step is to peel the stickers off, so that we can then stick the digitizer and glass assembly back onto the iPad. Okay, so this is the critical part of the repair. Got the LCD in nice and clean, no fingerprints. Try to avoid touching it if you can. All plugged in. So now what we do is sit the glass upright. Just get the corner of the inner screen protector. I'll just bend it up like that so that when you're ready to stick it on, it's easy to just pull off. So just get your paintbrush out, get the little bits of dust off the screen, make sure the cable's routed, you push it in, and you peel this off. Peel it off gently and smoothly, and then just hold it between your two fingers like that. I'll line it up at the top. Oops. It's just hard for me to see the top at this angle. Alright. So now the top's aligned. With this cable here, you've got to make sure it bends inwards to the screen. Just run your finger gently across that. And then just continue to push the glue down, the stickers down onto the iPad. It's come up quite nice. That was a dented corner. The screen sitting perfectly. Alright, so there you have a nice clean iPad repair. No dust. Digitizer works. So my name's Daniel from Cairns Computer Callout. If you guys have any requests, videos or tutorials that you'd like me to show you, just send me a message or put a comment down there. Fix all iPhones, computers, laptops, iPads, Samsung Galaxies, pretty much any smartphone. So if you've got one that you'd like a review on, or I don't have it, you can send me yours. You provide the part and I'll fix it for free. Yeah, just send me a link, and the more things that you guys send me, the more I can fix and give you videos on how to fix it. This is my first video. Didn't have much time, but my next video I'll put a lot more time and effort, just to make it easy for you guys to understand. So happy fixing.